Now, they call this Asylum Row. And for over a century, this stretch of Frederick Avenue in St. Joseph has been a place where the world's forgotten voices were sent to be quieted. I'm standing in front of what used to be the Woodson Children's Psychiatric Hospital. Now, just look at the way the light hits these ruins. Even in the daylight, there's an undeniable heaviness here. A coldness that seems to seep out of the very soil. And it wasn't always a place of shadows. Originally, this was an elementary school named after Missouri Governor Silas Woodson. It was meant for laughter and learning. But in the mid-20th century, the desks were replaced by clinical beds. It became a sanctuary or a cage. It became a cage for children across northwest Missouri with nowhere else to go. Those long, staggered batwing wings that you see in the old photos, they were designed to ensure every room had sunlight and fresh air. They were actually pretty cool, believed to be the essential for mental healing. But as the 1990s rolled into the trend of deinstitutionalization, it left these halls empty. Now, after years of urban explorers and ghost hunters prowling the asbestos-laden corridors, the wrecking ball has done its work. It looks like they're starting to either work on it, rehab it, or bring it down, and I'm not really sure what's going on with it, but there's an eerie silence here. Now, as we move further down the line, the atmosphere shifts from abandonment to something much more controlled and much more dangerous. Now, in front of me is a striking contrast, the Western Reception Diagnostic and Correctional Center. It looks like an extension of the old hospital, because in a way it is. I mean, these red and tan buildings were originally the State Lunatic Asylum number 2, opened in 1874. In a move that feels like something out of a Gothic novel, the state converted the historic mental health wards into a maximum security prison in the late 90s. Now, if you look back there and you see that like tannish white building with the shattered windows, that's the Progress Hall, and that was built in 1893. It once housed the hospital's chapel and library, and now it's just a shell. I mean, it looks like hell if you look at it. The secrets aren't in the bricks, though. We can see they're beneath my feet. There is concrete proof of a massive subterranean network of tunnels connecting these grounds. In the winter, they moved laundry, food, and patients through the dark, so they never had to face the Missouri cold. You know how the Missouri weather is. But the rumors, the rumors tell a different story. They speak of faceless patients moved through the tunnels to keep them away from public eyes. And today, the Department of Corrections has most of these passages under a hard seal. They're blocked with steel and concrete. You're not getting into them because a tunnel to a prison is a liability. You know, they don't want that. But the darkness down there, that's harder to seal away now. We've reached the end of the line. Now, this is the reason why I came out here right here, the Glore Psychiatric Museum. Now, it sits just outside of the prison's razor wire, and it's housed in what once was a 1960-era clinic. What started in 1968 as a small display for Mental Health Awareness Month, built by occupational therapist George Glore and his patients. It's grown into one of the most unsettling collections in the world. Now, when you step inside, you're met with physical reality of human suffering. As I walk through here, there is a Pika exhibit where you can see over 1,400 items, nails, bolts, buttons removed from the stomach of a single patient. They swallowed all of this. You see the isolation rooms, once thought to calm the brain through sensory deprivation, but which we know now often push the mind into a total psychosis. Or maybe they knew that then. Who knows? In over a decade, they'll tell you that even when the museum is closed, it isn't empty. They speak of Asylum Row's legacy, the flickering lights, the creaking floors, the rocking chairs on the third floor that are found facing a different direction every morning. Musical chairs spinning around, moved by hands no one can see. Don't you love this stuff? St. Joseph was once the hub for mental health in the Midwest. Now, we like to think we moved past those dark ages of treatment, but as you stand here between the active prison and the Museum of Madness, and we're going to call it the Museum of Madness, you realize the past isn't as far away as we like to believe. And the tunnels are still down there. The rocking chairs are still moving. And the hard seal on those underground passages. It might keep the prisoners in, but it doesn't necessarily keep the history from coming out. But this is your boy Mack Malone, the KC journalist, signing out. See you on the next one. Love y'all. Peace.
The composer.
Yeah. What up, Mack? Y'all know what it is. Kansas City, stand up, boy. Let's go. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. Mack Malone, he's your KC journalist. And y'all get the best from that KC journalist.